What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Super excited for y'all to listen to this one today. 2021 prospect Joshua Beadle from Cardinal Newman High School in South Carolina. Josh has experienced a blow-up recently. In May, he's picked up 4 offers, St. Louis, Clemson, Wake Forest, and VCU, and the list is going to continue to grow. More people coming in. He finally reached that Power 5 level, and I wanted to talk with him, kind of sit back and see where his mind's at, peel back the layers of his game, how he sees himself, what he's working on, and how he's taking the process and going through the process with all this quarantine, COVID-19 stuff going on, and where his mindset's at. Very good talk with him. Great young man. Very excited for you guys to listen and get to know Josh a little bit more as well. But before we do, if you would, hit the subscribe button below. Go ahead and click the like button, the thumbs up on this video, and let us know below who are some other guys that you have seen throughout the country who have won 3 consecutive state championships in their high school career. Josh is on the verge of doing that this year. We want to hear from you. Who are some other people to have won 3 state championships in their high school basketball career? Very excited for it. But without further ado, here is Josh Beadle on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. Thank you guys very much. What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience, and I'm very excited today to be joined by Cardinal Newman 2021 prospect Josh Beadle. Josh, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing okay. I got to ask you, got to start off. It's on the tip of everybody's tongues in the basketball world, this Jordan documentary. You been watching?
Oh, yeah, I have.
What you been thinking about it?
I've been watching over and over because I really love his mindset. And I recorded the whole series so far.
Oh, I love it. So let me ask you this. You know, you're a junior in high school and all that kind of stuff. Were you even alive when Jordan was playing?
No.
So you got to see the tail end of Kobe, and now you're seeing full LeBron. So the big conversation is Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe. Where do you stand at after watching 8 episodes of this Jordan doc?
I definitely put Jordan at the top.
His mindset, man, just like you said, it's just on another level.
Yeah, and his fundamentals are crazy.
I tell you, the wild thing about that is the like before any workouts start, him and Kobe had the same story, going in an hour worth of footwork before he even starts practicing and all that kind of stuff, and then jump shots after the fact. It's just the fundamentals are so important to these big time players.
Yeah.
So you started playing varsity at Cardinal Newman in the 8th grade. What was it like as an 8th grader walking on the court against Spartanburg Day and Zion, or Porter Goud and Aaron Naismith and Josiah, or even that York prep team that had Derico Williams and Vince Cole and all them? What was it like as an 8th grader?
Honestly, I played my first varsity high school game against Spartanburg Day and Zion. And it was crazy. I didn't play that much, but it was definitely intimidating playing against them. First varsity game ever.
So for those who didn't get to see Zion, I guess, in high school, you know, we've seen what he did at Duke, and everybody's seen what he did in the pros. What was he like as actually a high school player, you know, in South Carolina, going up against him?
Pretty much how he was in college. He was dominant, and I had some of my teammates. They were watching his mixtapes before the game. So like, and I'm telling them like, "What are y'all doing? We're about to play this kid."
Hey, I don't know that people understand how big of a celebrity Zion was at 17, 18 years old within his own state. It's unreal.
Yeah, for sure.
You've already played 106 varsity games. You've totaled 88 wins, 2 state championships, and you've scored over 1,000 career points for your career to this point so far. What type of legacy do you feel like you're building for yourself within the state of South Carolina?
Hopefully a good one, and I want it to be I want to be known as the best player to ever come out of South Carolina.
I love it. Shoot for the stars. And with that, you've played 3 years with Chico Carter, who's now at Murray State. Yeah. What were some things that you learned and took away from being teammates with Chico?
Definitely leadership. He was a leader. He wasn't afraid to correct anybody. And we corrected him as well, but that's what he taught me, like being a leader on the floor. He's a leader off the court as well.
Yeah, accountability is huge in the game for everybody. And along with being a 1,000-point scorer, You've also already grabbed almost 400 rebounds, dished out 250 assists, 125 total steals, shooting the three at 40% for your career so far in high school. That's a pretty robust stat line. What type of player would you say that you are?
I like to say that I'm a combo guard that can score the ball. That's very versatile as well.
And then looking forward at the next level, even into the NBA, who would you compare yourself to?
I probably say Victor Oladipo, honestly.
Okay, why Oladipo?
He's an athletic guard as well, but he can step out to shoot it.
I like it. Well, your recruitment has been fun to track so far. You know, you picked up 10 or so offers, really kind of hovering around the low to mid-major level as the season ended. And then once May hits, your recruitment takes a huge jump. You know, Clemson, Wake Forest, VCU, St. Louis. How has this process been for you?
It's been exciting because this came out of nowhere. You know, I didn't have any warning, but it's definitely excited to feel wanted by high major colleges.
And which schools would you say are recruiting you the hardest?
It's really hard to say because every school doesn't recruit the same.
I got you. And what are some ways, what are some various ways that some of these schools are recruiting? Let's start with like the most recent offers going back Clemson, VCU, St. Louis, Wake Forest, even back to some schools that have been on you for a while, the Furmans of the world and stuff. How are they recruiting you and what's kind of their process like with you?
Well, Furman has been to a lot of games this season and they've been watching a lot of film and I went to a few games up there. We talk quite a bit. So they offer me not too quickly, but like in-state schools, you know, it's going to take longer because Clemson made a good point of saying like they offer an in-state kid and it blows up in their face. You know, you don't want it.
Yeah.
He wants to make a good name for himself coaching wise. But other schools like out of state, they watch film and then they'll offer because you can't really evaluate a kid that's out of state. It's kind of hard.
Speaking of Furman, did you see yesterday ESPN's 40 coaches under 40 years
I
old?
did.
Richie?
I did.
That's tough, ain't it?
Yeah, congrats to Coach Richie for that one.
Yeah, man. So with us being in quarantine now and all that kind of stuff, how are you handling the recruiting process?
Same way I have been. Just really keeping in touch with coaches and keeping a good relationship with them all.
So prior to kind of getting into quarantine and everything, were you able to go on visits? What all schools were you able to visit with and kind of get face-to-face contact with coaches?
I didn't take any visits. I've just been to games. I've been to a few Furman games, a few Clemson games, but I planned to take originally my officials like in the summer, but now that probably won't happen.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen with that?
Yeah.
So I guess kind of along with that, do you kind of have a timeline that you're looking at as things move along? Not necessarily to decide, but you know, to kind of narrow things and start focusing in on specific programs.
Yeah. Ideally, I was thinking of maybe committing somewhere close to beginning of the school year, somewhere around there. But things I'm not sure if quarantine will probably change things. Probably will.
Yeah, no doubt. Who knows when they're going to even have a live period, and who knows whenever they're going to be able to go on visits and all that kind of stuff. You saw they just pushed the dead period deadline back to June, and
I saw that.
Back to July too. So who knows? So in looking through all this stuff and taking all these virtual tours and all the FaceTime calls and everything, what are some things that you're looking for in a school at the next level?
Outside of the basketball, probably a good business school because as of right now, I want to major in business, but with basketball and the school as well, family coach at school, family oriented, a fast paced team, and a place where everybody has a good relationship, coaches and player relationships, because that's really big to me.
Absolutely. And does location really matter to you, or level or track record of the coach or anything like that?
No.
Gotcha. So during, I guess, the last 10 years, basketball in the state of South Carolina has really ramped up. We talked a little bit earlier about Zion and stuff, but I mean, it seems year after year they're producing pros coming out of South Carolina, going all the way back. PJ Dozier, Sindarius Thornwell, Juwan Evans, Nick Claxton, Aaron Nesmith, Zion, Ja, the list goes on. What do you think it is about the state of South Carolina right now?
The question was what was the question?
What is it about the state of South Carolina, man? I mean, it's just churning out pros right now.
Oh, we're working. I mean, we've always had good players, but the players you listed, they've definitely paved the way for us and set the example pretty much.
So obviously looking at, it's easy to name pros and all that kind of stuff. Who are some players or people locally to the Columbia area, South Carolina area, that you kind of looked up to growing up?
I don't really look up to anyone, but some people I've definitely loved to watch that have played basketball in South Carolina are players like Seventh, PJ Dozier, because I've been compared to PJ Dozier a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a little bit of Tevin Mack as well.
Well, Tevin Mack could get a bucket, couldn't he? Whew.
Yeah, he could.
Have you been able to get in the gym during all this?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, what you been working on?
I've been working on shooting, getting some shots up, and staying in shape as well.
I got you.
Dribbling.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And with all the stuff that you've already accomplished, the two state championships, 88 out of 106 total wins, 1,000 points and all that, what goals have you set for yourself and your team for next season?
To win another championship. That's really it. Because at the end of the day, that's always the goal.
And looking kind of at the dynamic of your team, you're coming off of back-to-backs, going for the third. What other pieces do y'all have outside of Josh Beadle? What do people need to come watch at Cardinal Newman next year?
My guy Silas. I'm sure everyone saw the dunk against AC Floor. That dunk was crazy.
Yeah. No, it's going to be fun. Kind of wrapping everything up here, Josh. Is there anything that you want to leave, people with, either college coaches that may be watching, put other people on blast that you might be seeing this next season, or even, Josh Beadle fans?
I'm definitely – I didn't get to play the end of last season, but this is better than last season.
I love it.
And we're going for a three-peat as well.
Let's go. Josh, I really appreciate you taking some time out and joining us here. I'm very it's been great to watch you since middle school, what you've grown into, and you deserve this high major stuff, man. You say you're surprised by it, but I don't think anybody else has seen you grow. I don't think anybody else is surprised by it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see what next year has in store. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. For Josh Beadle, I am Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience. We'll see you next time.